42 cargo craft as it closes in for a fly-around of the International Space Station before aligning itself for a link-up to the Pirs docking compartment about 28.5 minutes from now. The Progress 42 that was launched atop a Soyuz rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan on Wednesday is now just 650 meters away from its docking port at the Pirs docking compartment, closing as the Progress continues its inexorable path for a link-up to the Pirs docking compartment. The Progress 42 will be joined a couple of months from now by another Russian Progress vehicle, the 43 Progress as it is called, that will launch the third week in June after the aft port of the Zvezda service module is vacated with the departure of the European Space Agency's Johannes Kepler automated transfer vehicle. This Progress is loaded with 1,940 pounds of propellant, 110 pounds of oxygen and air, 926 pounds of water, and almost 3,000 pounds of dry cargo in the form of maintenance hardware, resupply items, life support system items, and experiment equipment for a total of almost 3 tons of gear that will be delivered to the Expedition 27 crew. Once the link-up occurs, and hooks and latches are fully engaged to form a hard mate between the Progress and the International Space Station, a series of leak checks will be conducted by the crew members on board the complex before the hatches are opened at mid-afternoon this afternoon to enable the crew to begin unloading some of the more critical supplies on board the Progress. As Progress and the International Space Station cross the west coast of Africa, they'll move shortly over the Sahara Desert, directly over Algeria, Tunisia, and the Mediterranean. They'll pass just south of the boot of Italy and on to Europe. The Progress again flying fully automated through its Coors rendezvous system. Launch occurred at 8:05 a.m. Central Time on Wednesday, which was 7:05 p.m. at the launch site of the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, right around sunset. The visiting vehicle officer here in Mission Control confirms that station keeping has begun.
And
Progress just over 200 meters away from the Pirs docking compartment. You can see this view from its external black and white engineering camera with the cross-haired overlay that the flight control team in Korolyov uses as a reference point with all of the critical data on the range to the docking port on Pirs and the rate of closure in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Just a programming note, as soon as we are docked, we'll be returning to the Kennedy Space Center for the rest of the launch coverage and the countdown leading up to today's liftoff that is scheduled at 3:47 and 55 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. Now just 2 minutes away from reinitiating final approach for docking.
Moscow, 180 is the range. The range rate is Mission Control Moscow. And we are watching the perimeter.
And we've confirmed now that the final approach of the Progress 42 cargo ship has been initiated. The Progress will be closing at a glacial rate of about 1/10 of a meter per second at the time of contact and capture. A few moments will be afforded to allow the relative motion between the two vehicles to dampen out before the forward docking probe on the Progress is retracted to form a hard mate between Progress and the Piers docking compartment. Once again, there'll be a period of a couple of orbits or about 3 hours worth of leak checks to ensure that we have a tight seal between Progress and the International Space Station's Piers docking compartment before the hatches are scheduled to swing open at mid-afternoon.
Negative 083 range rate. Keep monitoring. Visual the same. Copy.
We'll be losing our KU band downlink communications capability from the station a short time from now. We do, however, expect to retain the television view from the Progress through Russian ground stations all the way through contact and capture.
Visual the same. Collected. Good. Copy.
Now the view of the Piers docking compartment just above the center of the crosshairs through Russian ground stations. Less than 50 meters separating the two vehicles. The core's antenna should be retracted shortly, as planned.
Mission Control Moscow. And we see readiness for docking on the format. And we observe the same. Copy.
And the visiting vehicle officer here in Mission Control confirms that the core's automated rendezvous antenna has retracted as planned, now just 45 meters separating Progress and the Piers docking compartment.
39 decimal 16 range rate. The crosshairs are collected. Copy. Negative decimal 16, visual 25, the crosshairs are collected. Copy.
Those crosshairs in the external camera view will align with that docking target just below the port itself. Once again, the core's automated rendezvous system doing whatever self-correction is required to precisely align the forward docking probe on the Progress with the Piers docking compartment for contact and capture. Now just 30 meters separating the two vehicles, now 25 meters.
The crosshairs are collected, visual range 20. And the instructions for back out inhibited. We can see that. Uh, 17 is the visual range, negative decimal 12. And we are monitoring. We are moving to page 24. Right now we are waiting for the oscillations to come down. And we confirm that, and we are moving to page 24.
15 meters now separating Progress from the International Space Station. The two vehicles have flown into an orbital sunset, about to move from northwest to southeast, soon to cross the Russian-Mongolian border.
-10 range, negative decimal 12 range rate, crosshairs in place.
Progress now inside 10 meters. The Piers docking compartment, all of its systems ready to accept the arrival of the new cargo ship.
At range 6. Range rate decimal 1. Copy. Decimal 1.
Three meters away, standing by for contact.
Range 2. Copy.
Docking confirmed.
Copy. Indicate the mode.
Docking confirmed at 9:28 a.m. Central Time, as Progress 42 and the International Space Station flew 220 statute miles over western Mongolia. Once again, docking occurring at 9:28 a.m. Central Time, 10:28 a.m. Eastern Time. Progress 42 now linked up to the Piers docking compartment. The relative motion between the two vehicles will be afforded a few minutes to dampen out. The forward docking probe on the Progress will retract to form a hard mate. Leak checks then will get underway by the crew members on board the International Space Station before the hatches are opened at mid-afternoon.